Hello, this is the travel planner that I've created in OneNote. I created the travel planner for my boss's business trip, Miss Quevedo. Her business trip runs from November 8th until the 22nd of November. And in this video, I will be going over the full itinerary from the beginning of the trip until uh, the shuttle ride home, as well as all of the information that I have included in this travel planner and where to find everything. I'm going to start by going over the itinerary. That is the first tab that you see up here at the top. Then you can click on this Word document and it brings up the full itinerary. On Monday, November 8th is the departure of the first flight. So at 3:30 in the morning, a shuttle will arrive at Miss Quevedo's home to take her to the Spokane International Airport, where her flight will leave at 6 a.m. It's from the Spokane International Airport. And then her arrival will be at 8:48 a.m. in Salt Lake City for her layover. And this layover is very short. The plane will then depart from Salt Lake City International Airport at 9:29 a.m. on November 8th. And Miss Quevedo should arrive in Mexico City, her first destination, at the Mexico City Airport at 2:25 p.m. on November 8th. And this will give her plenty of time to relax and have dinner and get a good night's rest before the next morning on Tuesday, November 9th at 8 a.m., which is when her first business meeting with Jane Smith, the hotel representative of the Marriott Hotel. It includes the address for that meeting here, and it's at 8 a.m. And then at 11 a.m., she will have lunch with Brian Wendell, another associate of the Marriott Hotel, regarding the implementation of new marketing strategies within the company. And then the following week, on Monday, is when she will depart from Mexico City International Airport at 1:07 p.m. She will then have a layover and arrive in Panama City at 5:40 p.m. on November 15th. This is about a 3-hour layover, and she will depart from Panama City at 6:53 p.m. on November 15th, and she should arrive in Guadalajara at 10:10 p.m. on Monday, the November 15th. The following Monday, she will begin her departure from Guadalajara on her way home. She has one layover in Salt Lake City at the Salt Lake City International Airport at 10:10 a.m. And then I have scheduled a reservation at the Market Street Grill inside the Salt Lake City International Airport. I also provided a menu for her to look at in one of the tabs on my Travel OneNote planner that I will be showing you a little later on in this video. At 3:24 is when she will depart from Salt Lake City International Airport, and she should arrive in Spokane at 4:10 p.m., where a shuttle will arrive at 4:30 at her gate at the Spokane International Airport, and her approximate arrival should be 5:05 p.m. on November 22nd at her home in Hayden, Idaho. And now that I've gone over the itinerary, I will go back to the Travel OneNote Planner and scroll down here to the next tab, which is the Transportation tab. When you open this, I have provided a page at the top for local transportation services. This is just for an emergency situation in which her shuttle arrives late or is not able to take her at the requested time. This is a phone number and cab rates for local taxi services in her area. The next tab is going to be the transportation information from her house to the airport on November 8th, as well as from the International Airport, Spokane International Airport, uh, on her arrival back on November 22nd. This is a link provided to the shuttle services from the airport. And then if you click on the Mexico City tab, this gives you the details of all of the ground transportation when she arrives in Mexico City. Her arrival in Mexico City is on November 8th, and a car will pick her up at the MEX airport at 3 p.m. from her gate on November 8th and take her directly to her hotel. I have provided a map of the route. And on November 15th, which is when she departs to Guadalajara, a car will pick her up from her hotel at 9 a.m. on the 15th and take her back to the Mexico City airport, where her flight will depart at 1:07 p.m. And then this is just all of the information from the website and how much the cost of transportation will end up being. And then if you click on the Guadalajara tab, she arrives in Guadalajara on November 15th, and a cab will be at the airport at 10:45 when her flight lands, or when her flight is supposed to depart and take her to, or when her flight lands, sorry, and take her to her hotel in Guadalajara. I've also provided a map for this as well. And then on November 22nd, a cab will pick her up from her Guadalajara hotel at 4 a.m. and take her to the airport, where her flight will depart at 7:09 a.m. And then I've provided a tab here at the bottom for the approximate cost of transportation, as well as the approximate cost for lodging while she is in Mexico City, as well as Guadalajara. And then over here, I have all of the flight information. So at the top is going to be the airline info, and this is the specific airlines that what she will be using, as well as the addresses and what dates she will be departing from each airport. This tab shows the documentation required to board the plane, valid passport, as well as some external links to information regarding COVID testing and COVID-19 restrictions that she might run into at the airport, so that she can be prepared. I've also included a map of all of the airports that she will be using. There's one from Spokane Airport, Salt Lake City International Airport. So I've provided the ones for that she will have all of her layovers in as well. The Mexico City Airport, and then as well as the Panama Airport and the airport in Guadalajara. And then Spokane to Mexico City. This is just a further in-depth look at the flight information pulled directly from the website Expedia, as well as the Mexico City to Guadalajara information. So just how long the flight is, as well as some more specific details. And then this tab shows the flight information from Guadalajara to Spokane. And this is a summary of all of the stops and the layovers that she will encounter, as well as the length of the layovers. The first one will be 41 minutes. The second one is 1 hour and 13 minutes. And the longest one in Salt Lake City on her way home is 4 hours and 54 minutes. And there is a reservation at the Market Street Grill in the Salt Lake City airport during this layover because it is so long. So she has a chance to get lunch. I've also provided a menu, a link to the menu here, so that she can take a look at that on her way or before she gets to the airport. And then the final tab is the flight cost. And this is just a summary of the total approximate cost of the flights. And then I will go over to the next tab, which is the hotel information. The first one is the Mexico City hotel information. It gives you everything, the price, the nights that she will be staying, as well as amenities and the explanation of what room she has. And then under the Guadalajara information, it also gives the approximate cost of the room and some further information, as well as the address and phone number to the hotel in case she does need that at any point during her trip. The next tab is more specific city information. Electricity, the standard voltage in Mexico is 127 with a standard frequency of 60 hertz. And in the United States, this is just to comparison if she needs to buy outlets. And then I have provided a list of things to do in Mexico City as well as in Guadalajara. There's restaurants near the hotel. There's also breakfast served at the hotel and dining options, as well as room service. And then the other tab is for the Guadalajara Hotel, and this is local attractions as well as the addresses to these attractions and restaurants again near the hotel, as well as offered at the hotel. Under the miscellaneous tab, I have provided a link to a currency converter that she will be able to use during her trip. And then I have also provided the currency exchange rate, and the currency used in Mexico is the Mexican peso. And the next tab provides the U.S. Embassy locations for her stop in Mexico City as well as her visit to Guadalajara. So those are going to be the closest embassy locations to her hotel in each of those cities. This is a tab providing the international telephone codes as well as further instruction on how to make a phone call and the overall cost of making an international phone call. And then in this tab, I've explained some of the culture in Mexico, things to consider in the corporate and business work life in Mexico. So this includes things like an appropriate greeting as well as appropriate gift giving, body language that is useful to Mexican culture, and then their attitude towards time, the business hours, the local business hours, which are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Business cards are usually exchanged at the end of the interaction, and then there's a few holidays that will be celebrated in Mexico during her business stay. I've also provided a tab with backup transportation. This is for Idaho, just in case she is not able to be picked up at the airport, just for emergency situations. I've also included a list of numbers available in Mexico for emergency situations underneath this tab here. And then if you go to the general information tab, I have included the time zones. There are a couple of time changes. I've included what the changes are and exactly how long, how different the time is in between her trips to and from the airports and her layovers, and while also considering daylight savings. Which is on November 6th, just 2 days before her trip. Then I've also included the weather. So this is just the average temperature for Mexico City. I've also provided the temperatures, the high and low for Guadalajara, and these are just on the dates that she will be there. And then I've provided some extra information for COVID-19 because it is so prevalent in travel restrictions. And so here I've provided a few external links for any commonly asked questions in case she does get concerned with safety as well as documentation that she might need for her trip. So now that I've gone over all of the itinerary and everything that I've included in this travel planner, I hope it will be easier for you to navigate your way through the travel planner and find any information that will be useful for this trip. Thank you.